Okay, thanks for joining us. I'm student meteorologist Tyler Simpson. This is the look at Sandy at around 5 a.m. this morning. This is data from the National Hurricane Center, and this shows Sandy just southeast of Florida right now, or as of 5 a.m. Showers are going to be from Sandy are affecting the panhandle of Florida right now, rather the Florida Peninsula, not the panhandle, the Florida Peninsula, with some light showers. Taking a look at the combined satellite and radar, you really get a scope of how massive the storm is. And right around here, this is the eye of Sandy, which it's very well defined on this radar. And as you can see, the bulk of the rain is off towards the west. A little anatomy of a hurricane for you. The strongest rain is always west for a hurricane. In fact, most storms, the rain is always west, where the wind is greatest on the east side. In the northeastern corridor, that has the greatest of the winds, because it also has forward trajectory. And this is the European model. Now, this model has been by far the most accurate model in picking up Sandy so far. And over the course of the week, it originally had Sandy making landfall in New York. It's brought it down to around the Delmarva Peninsula right now. Now, the GFS is the other computer model. The GFS has Sandy making landfall right around here, around the Long Island area. But the GFS is kind of acting a little too weird for my taste. It also brings it out here, and it's doing some weird things that I just can't trust that model to accurately predict Sandy, just because it's been so wildly inaccurate. At one point, around Wednesday, 2 or 3 model runs of the GFS had Sandy out in Maine. I just could not believe that data. And this is what I have high confidence in for Sandy. I have high confidence that it's going to be south of New England. And if you remember back to when I said the anatomy of a hurricane, that means that we're going to have the strongest winds. We're going to be mainly impacted by the wind from this storm. And as I said before, the best chances for where Sandy makes landfall is the Delmarva Peninsula out to Cape May, New Jersey, a little 200-mile window there, and it has to travel over 1,000 miles just to get there. So we will have to do some fine-tuning on exactly where it is, but I'm pretty confident it's somewhere between Cape May and the Delmarva Peninsula. Now, this is what I'm tentatively thinking for Hurricane Sandy. This will need some fine-tuning, and I'm going on the conservative end of the spectrum. I'm expecting winds to be 30 miles an hour, could gust to as much as 50 or 60 miles an hour at points, but I want to make this clear. This is initial numbers, and these probably will change, especially if Sandy makes a little bit north towards Cape May rather than the Delmarva Peninsula. I'll up these numbers to 40 mile an hour sustained winds and gusts up to 50 or 60. Now, in terms of rainfall, what we're looking at is 2 inches plus. I say plus because there's a chance for up to 5 inches if it's farther north than it is at this point, than what I'm thinking at this point. So I'm going to go 2 inches at this point, very low in the spectrum, very conservative number. Future data may make me change those numbers to 2 to 5. Scattered power outages, much like there was during Hurricane Irene. I'm expecting power outages, large trees to come down. And that raises the issue for school administrators. Will there be school on Tuesday and Wednesday? That's their call, but I'm thinking that it could be a tricky situation with getting kids to school and whether there's even power once we get to school. And also that brings up some issues on Halloween. I'm thinking that the storm is going to be gone by Halloween, but there could be residual effects such as power lines down, trees down. That may make it dangerous for the kids, and that's a call that the town administrator or public safety officials may have to make, similar to like they made last year with that northeast snowstorm. And this is what's causing Sandy to go where it is. It is the 250 millibar of the atmosphere. This is the same model run as I showed you before, except it's very high up rather than being very close to the ground. And this essentially shows a kink in the atmosphere. I'll show you a better graphic of it. This is just the raw sort of data that meteorologists get. And this is the graphic I was talking about. You could really see that cold air coming down, and that is the jet stream. So that'll allow Sandy to make its way into this narrow window between the Delmarva Peninsula and the and Cape May. That's why I'm thinking that it really doesn't have a chance of getting up to Long Island just because of this incredible high pressure. Interestingly enough, this storm is going to be so powerful, and in a hurricane, the winds move counterclockwise, that it will actually draw in some snow and may end up as some snow in western New York or western Pennsylvania. Out towards the Appalachians, they have a great shot for up to 5 inches of snow. And that is it. Thanks for joining me. Remember, you can always find my latest forecast by going on Facebook. Search Tyler Simpson MHS 103 Weather for the latest on Sandy. I will have updates throughout the start of next week. Thanks for joining.